Bitcoin's headline-making potential. In recent years, Bitcoin has consistently been a hot topic in the financial world, capturing the attention of investors, governments, and the public alike. Earlier this year, Bitcoin made headlines once again, when financial experts predicted that the cryptocurrency could reach an astonishing $1 million by the end of this year, or, if not this year, by 2025. Such bold predictions have ignited both excitement and skepticism within the crypto community. One of the most vocal proponents of this price surge is entrepreneur Samson Mow, who has been advocating for Bitcoin's massive future potential. He recently reiterated his belief that Bitcoin could hit this astronomical figure between 2024 and 2025. While many critics dismiss these predictions as overly optimistic, there remains a faction of Bitcoin believers who continue to see this as not just a possibility, but an inevitability. Market overview. Is Bitcoin massively undervalued? At the heart of these predictions lies the argument that Bitcoin is currently undervalued. Despite the volatility that Bitcoin has historically experienced, there is a growing belief that the current market price does not accurately reflect the true value of this digital asset. At present, Bitcoin's value hovers around $56,000 to $57,000 per coin. While this price may seem high compared to its early days, advocates like Mow argue that it is still a fraction of where it could and should be. The primary reason for this perceived undervaluation is the scarcity of Bitcoin in circulation. Unlike traditional fiat currencies, Bitcoin's supply is capped at 21 million coins, which ensures that no more will ever be created. As large institutional investors and companies begin to accumulate Bitcoin, it becomes increasingly difficult for other entities, especially large-scale investors, to double or even significantly increase their holdings. This scarcity creates a supply crunch that, according to proponents, will inevitably drive the price of Bitcoin skyward as demand continues to rise. Despite Bitcoin's potential, it faces significant challenges in the form of market manipulation. Some experts liken Bitcoin to a beach ball being pushed underwater, noting that its value is being artificially suppressed. This suppression may be a deliberate effort to control the price of Bitcoin, possibly through paper Bitcoin, essentially the trading of Bitcoin derivatives rather than the actual asset. This form of manipulation can prevent the price from reaching its natural equilibrium, leading to temporary stagnation. However, the market manipulation argument also suggests that this strategy is unsustainable in the long run. The pressure to keep Bitcoin's price down will eventually be released, much like a beach ball that, when let go, quickly rises to the surface. The reason this manipulation is seen as temporary is due to the ever-growing demand for Bitcoin. Even as its price is suppressed, major institutional players like Tether, MicroStrategy, and Semler are consistently purchasing Bitcoin in large quantities. This ongoing accumulation of Bitcoin by influential market participants ensures that the demand remains strong, further contributing to the theory that Bitcoin's price will eventually skyrocket. One of the most significant drivers behind Bitcoin's projected price increase is the steady demand from major institutions. Every few months, we see announcements from key players in the financial world regarding their increasing Bitcoin holdings. Tether, a company known for issuing the stablecoin of the same name, has been consistently buying Bitcoin. Likewise, MicroStrategy, a publicly traded company led by CEO Michael Saylor, has been one of the most vocal and active corporate buyers of Bitcoin. In addition to these corporations, pension funds are beginning to allocate portions of their portfolios to Bitcoin. One notable example is a large pension fund in Korea that has made investments in MicroStrategy as a way to gain exposure to Bitcoin. This represents a shift in sentiment toward Bitcoin, especially within conservative financial institutions. Historically, pension funds have been cautious in their approach to cryptocurrencies, but as Bitcoin becomes more widely accepted, these institutions are starting to view it as a viable long-term investment. This gradual shift in institutional sentiment is a key indicator that the market is beginning to recognize Bitcoin's value, even if it has yet to fully materialize in its price. While there is a great deal of optimism surrounding Bitcoin's future, not all market observers are convinced that it will reach $1 million by 2025. Some believe that such a price point, while possible in the distant future, is unlikely to be achieved within the next few years. Instead, They argue that a more realistic target for Bitcoin would be $100,000 by 2025. This $100,000 prediction is based on Bitcoin's increasing market capitalization. If Bitcoin were to reach this price, its total market value would be just shy of $2 trillion. At that level, Bitcoin would begin to seriously compete with gold as a store of value. Historically, gold has been the go-to asset for investors seeking a hedge against inflation and economic instability. However, as Bitcoin continues to gain legitimacy as digital gold, it is expected to gradually take market share away from traditional assets like gold. Bitcoin as a black hole. The capital shift from other markets. The idea that Bitcoin could begin to compete with gold is part of a broader theory that Bitcoin will eventually act as a black hole for capital. Just as a black hole in space draws everything around it into its gravitational pull, Bitcoin is expected to attract capital from other markets. This could include not only the gold market, but also equities, foreign exchange, forex, and other traditional asset classes. As Bitcoin's price continues to rise, investors who traditionally held positions in gold or other assets may begin to reallocate their capital into Bitcoin. This shift is likely to be driven by Bitcoin's unique properties, including its scarcity, decentralized nature, and potential for long-term appreciation. Investors may see Bitcoin as a superior store of value compared to other assets, particularly in an environment of rising inflation and economic uncertainty. Inflation and Bitcoin, the invisible shift. One of the most compelling reasons for Bitcoin's future growth is its potential as a hedge against inflation. In a world where central banks are printing money at an unprecedented rate, many investors are looking for ways to protect their wealth from the erosion of purchasing power. Bitcoin, with its fixed supply and deflationary nature, is seen by many as the ideal asset for this purpose. What makes this shift toward Bitcoin particularly interesting is that it may not be immediately visible. As more and more capital flows into Bitcoin, the other markets, such as equities and precious metals, may continue to grow in nominal terms due to inflation. However, behind the scenes, a silent shift will be taking place as individual investors and institutions alike begin to reduce their exposure to traditional assets in favor of Bitcoin. This gradual reallocation of capital could further fuel Bitcoin's rise in value over the coming years. Another factor that could have a significant impact on Bitcoin's future price is the outcome of the US presidential election. Many in the crypto community believe that the policies of the next US president will play a crucial role in shaping the regulatory environment for cryptocurrencies. Some argue that Donald Trump, if re-elected, would be more favorable to Bitcoin than his opponents. Trump has previously expressed support for Bitcoin and has received financial backing from prominent Bitcoiners. In contrast, Kamala Harris has not shown much enthusiasm for cryptocurrencies and may be less likely to implement policies that support their growth. However, there is also skepticism about Trump's true stance on Bitcoin. Some believe that his pro-Bitcoin rhetoric is simply pandering to the crypto community in order to gain votes and financial support. Regardless of the motivations behind his statements, many in the crypto world see Trump as a more favorable candidate for the industry compared to his competitors. In just 15 years, Bitcoin has gone from being an obscure concept posted on an internet message board to one of the most valuable assets in the world. As of now, Bitcoin ranks as the 9th most valuable asset globally, surpassing major corporations like ExxonMobil. This rapid ascent is a testament to Bitcoin's growing acceptance and legitimacy in the financial world. Looking ahead, many believe that Bitcoin will continue to climb the ranks, eventually surpassing the total market capitalization of silver and possibly even gold. While such milestones may seem distant, the pace at which Bitcoin has grown suggests that these achievements could happen sooner than many expect. For those who have been paying attention to Bitcoin's rise, its success is not surprising. However, for the vast majority of people who still don't fully understand Bitcoin or its potential, the true impact of this digital currency has yet to be fully realized. As Bitcoin continues to evolve, the debate over its future price trajectory will persist. While some believe that Bitcoin will reach $1 million by 2025, others see more modest growth, with a target of $100,000 in the near term. Regardless of the exact price, what remains clear is that Bitcoin is on a path toward greater adoption and mainstream acceptance. Institutional demand, inflation concerns, and shifting investor sentiment are all factors that will contribute to Bitcoin's continued rise. Additionally, the outcome of the the presidential election could have a significant impact on the regulatory environment for cryptocurrencies, further shaping Bitcoin's future. Looking even further ahead, some, like Michael Saylor, predict that Bitcoin could reach an astonishing $13 million in the next 2 decades. While such predictions may seem outlandish now, Bitcoin's track record of exponential growth suggests that anything is possible. As the world continues to grapple with economic uncertainty and inflation, Bitcoin may increasingly be seen as a safe haven and a reliable store of value. For those who believe in Bitcoin's long-term potential, the future is bright. Whether it reaches $100,000, $1 million, or even higher, Bitcoin is poised to play a central role in the future of global finance.